you, a social media manager who is looking to scale their social media agency fast or faster, managing multiple different business social media accounts without sacrificing results and the quality of your service? Then today's video is for you. I will give you the secrets to scaling your social media business fast without sacrificing any of the results or quality for your clients. Hey, my name is Milou and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're an aspiring six-figure social media manager, then make sure you grab my free roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager that I will drop in the description below. Now let's dive in. Now the very first thing you need to grow your social media business and scale fast is processes. You need to have processes in place on how you or anyone in your team conduct certain tasks, right? So if you're looking to grow, hire team members and scale, they need to be able to complete those tasks. And if you don't have processes in place, then it will be really hard for you to scale and do these things because they will have no clue how you're actually doing the things that you're currently doing. Now, it can be extremely challenging for some of these processes to be in a scheduling tool or any of those social media tools out there. But one of the biggest processes that social media managers and yourself as an agency will have in place is an approval process, right? Your clients will go through an approval process with you on the content calendar. Your team is likely involved in that. And so this is one of the most complex processes, but there is a social media management tool out there that actually covers this, which is Cloud Campaign. I've talked about them in previous videos, but it has been, speaking from experience, very challenging to find a social media tool that actually includes the approval process in their tool between not only you and the client, but also you and your team internally. So here is exactly how the approval process would work inside of Cloud Campaign. So you would create a new approval. Maybe this is your February content, right? And you can mark here that it's internal, so clients will not be notified for any activity currently inside of the internal approval process. So I'm going to select content from my content library that's already in here, and I'm gonna say I want in the February approval, right? So I'm going to add these 5 items and I'm going to create this approval under February content. So now when I go in here, there is content that's ready to approve. You will see this is all completely branded. That is one of the perks Cloud Campaign has. And so I can see the content here, right? And I can say and make comments here. So if my team sends me this link, I can mark here whether this is private. Again, clients will not be able to see my comments, or I can open it up and then everyone will be able to see the comments. So I'm gonna make this private and say this looks good to go. So I comment this, and again, it's marked gray, so only the team will be able to see. Now, if I were to open this up and say, this is approved, or maybe I'm talking to the client and I'm saying, let me know if this is what you had in mind. And I comment here, so this is now a public comment because of the white square versus the gray one, right? And so the great thing is you can have internal feedback and an internal approval process with your team that your client is not a part of. So that's something that I really like for myself, to make sure that the client is not involved in the first round of approvals, right? That I do with my team, but I want it to go to the client once I've seen everything and when it's ready for them to actually improve. So the client approval process is one of the biggest processes you will have. If you don't have your processes in place like this yet, then getting the software, just like Cloud Campaign, can be really helpful to get you ahead and really start scaling your business. You can get a free trial for Cloud Campaign and even 15% off their annual plans using my code Milou15, and I will also drop the link in the description below. Now, the second thing you need in order to scale your social media business fast, right, and continue to grow is automation. Now, you will not hear me say this very often because automation, really, there is a time and place for automation, and I definitely don't believe everything should be automated, but there are certain tasks that you should automate automate as much as possible. And scheduling content is actually one of them. So what I've noticed is the more clients we get, the harder it becomes, for our team to keep up, to stay ahead, and making sure everything goes out at the right times, on the right dates, right? And so scheduling this in advance to make sure everything is consistent every morning at 9 a.m. is a really good idea for you to be able to scale and take that off your plate too, right? So that you're no longer responsible for going into the account all the time. Now, it's not even only scheduling, let's say, to one platform, but if you're trying to have a bigger impact and grow your business, get your clients better results, right, without sacrificing quality, is to distribute content across multiple platforms. That, in my opinion, has really become a must in 2024. And again, a social media scheduler can really easily do this so that you can have a bigger impact for clients while it doesn't necessarily make your life harder, right? So again, if we're inside of Cloud Campaign earlier, where I shared the internal approval process between you and your team and you and the clients, you can also schedule your content inside of Cloud Campaign, because that is what the scheduler is for, right? So in here, I would go to the calendar and I would say, hey, I want to distribute this on this day, right? So then what I can do is I can say content status. I can actually edit this, manage it. So right now you see here that Facebook would pop up for me, right? Facebook, and then they will have more platforms. So Instagram shows like this, then Facebook shows like that. But if I were to connect other social media platforms that I have, so in the dashboard where you link accounts, you can see that Cloud Campaign offers Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Google My Business, and TikTok, and even other platforms to manually auto-publish or give you a push notification. But I could schedule one post across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Pinterest, and Google My Business without any extra effort. So again, you want to have a bigger impact for your client, right? Scale your business, grow your business, but still delivering the results that are expected from you. And this is the way to do that. And also, if you aren't quite familiar with Cloud Campaign as a platform yet, I've done quite a few videos on them and an honest review if you really want to check them out from A to Z to see what it looks like and how they compare to other social media management platforms. Now, the third thing you need in order to scale your social media agency fast is to work smarter and not harder. Now, one of the biggest ways you can do this is, through different services, right, that you're offering a client, but you have to take into account that a service like social media management that's done for you is very hands-on. And so it can sometimes be very hard to scale because it's so time consuming, right? Clients need your attention, the accounts need your attention, and so much time goes into managing these accounts and clients. And also, the more clients you have, the more time you spend and the more expenses you will have in general, right, to be able to keep up with the growth. Now, one of the best ways you can actually scale and work smarter is with a tool like Cloud Campaign that actually offers themselves as a white label platform. This means that you can resell their social media management platform as your own to your clients at whichever price that you set for them, so that clients can access their own content calendar through you, right, where you make a monthly subscription fee through Cloud Campaign, and it gives your clients a sense of empowerment to get access to their own content calendar and add anything additionally to the calendar that they want to add, right? So even you could offer a service where you guide them in the content calendar, but you're not completely hands-on. So this way you can spend more time doing the things you love to do, like content creation, and less time spending managing a client, the process, and all the harder things that actually come with running and scaling a social media agency. And how often have you not run into a client that still wants to contribute to their own social media calendar or account? Because I know I have. So if you have to, this is a great option to kind of have that partner ownership, and at the same time give you your own time back. Now remember, if you do want to give them a try and see what it's all about, they do have a 14-day free trial. You can use my link in the description below. And if you do give them a try, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear in the comments below. Now the fourth and final way to scale your social media agency fast is to white label. Now I talked about white labeling very briefly in the last point, and when I walked you guys through the client approval process, you also saw that my Cloud Campaign software was labeled as Simply Multimedia, my agency, right? And this is because Cloud Campaign offers white labeling. So you can completely resell their platform and use their platform as your own social media agency platform, right? But let's say you don't want to offer done for you hands-on social media management services. You can offer consulting services and other things that you like to do while you white label and sell their platform along with your services. So this allows you to make more money and not necessarily spend too much time on the client and doing it for them, but guiding them in their content calendar. So you can completely set your own price when white labeling this, and it will look like your own agency, right? You can even make it a requirement for clients to get Cloud Campaign, which again is white labeled as your own agency. And then this way they get access to their own calendar, and you can guide them whether you're doing strategy, whether you're just consulting them, and audit their content as they go. So reselling their platform, their social media management platform as your own will not cost you any extra effort because you're already offering them the services on consulting and strategy, right? And it will allow you to make ongoing recurring revenue that you would see when you're doing a done for you social media management service. Now, if you're wondering how Cloud Campaign as a social media management tool compares up to some of the most popular tools out there, such as Hootsuite, I actually did a comparison video so you can compare and see how they live up to their competition within the industry. Now, this wraps up my video on how to grow and scale your social media business fast while you juggle all the pieces inside of your business. I hope you found this super helpful and are able to implement some of these and give Cloud Campaign a go. Again, there's a 14-day free trial on me on top of a discount that I will leave in the description below. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe because I post weekly videos to help you build your social media business. I will see you in next week's video.